the self-realization or self-actualization or enlightenment or revelation of godliness, the God, the ultimate truth, the ultimate freedom. These are actually one and the same thing, synonyms. So it is not something very tough. It is so easy that we cannot imagine that it is so easy. But one thing is there. Once we reach it, we realize it, our being, and then staying in this position is slightly tough. And it is not tough in that way that it is hard or tough. Actually, the habit of remaining unconscious, that is the main hindrance. So we just have to make a new habit to be constantly aware of that enlightenment. We call it in yogic culture, we call it Sumiran. Sumiran means remembering what we have revealed about ourselves. Who am I? So once I have revealed it, if I remain in that memory again and again, then I develop a new habit. And that godliness, it is all pervading. It is not something that it is hidden. I have heard a small story. It once happened that there was a key maker in a village. So he was perfect in his job, and there was no one in the village who can challenge his art. Any lock, how much big, small, hard or tough it is, he will make it stay. It was his perfection. So he became old. Then a young man who was also a key maker, he challenged him. He was the first man to challenge him in his life, that I have made a lock in a shutter that you cannot open it. I challenge. So everyone was surprised how it is. So a day was fixed, and all the people gathered in the nearby villages also, and the young man put the shutter down, locked the shutter and challenged. So he tried hard and hard and hard. After half an hour he surrendered that, okay, I am not able to open it. Now you open it in front of me, then I will see. So the young man just put the key, and so he said, how is this key, and how you opened it, and how you make this lock? The young man laughed. He said that lock is very simple, nothing big in this. It is just the case that I did not locked it. It was already open, and you were trying to reopen it. It could not be. So God is also the same. Everything is open. What is God? Actually, it is our illusion which is creating hindrance. We have heard from others, or from the scriptures we have known, that God is someone sitting in the seventh heaven and controlling all these things, creating all these things. It is not the case. Actually, everything which we are seeing, which we are able to see, perceive with our senses, and that which cannot be perceived, this all combined, it is godliness. We can call it God also. So there is a statement in our Upanishad, Ishavasya idam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever is seen by the senses and whatever is not seen, this complete is godliness. Now the latest physics the quantum physics we call it. So it is also revealing the same thing, that matter is illusion. There is no matter. Everything is electromagnetic energy. So somewhere it is invisible, somewhere it is visible. That one energy, electromagnetic, we in yogic culture we call it the principle of non-duality, Advait. They say that there are not two, one is there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Ek Onkar Satnam. He starts that Adi Granth from this statement, one. Ek Onkar, that is their symbol also. That we call it Satnam. Onkar is its form, and that is one. Everything is that godliness. So to reveal it, it is not, it is very easy actually. So very small techniques we are doing daily. So you will see that how such technique can lead us to self-realization, but it is that way only. So today we are using one technique. It is very simple. We are actually extrovert, 100% extrovert. So the revelation of God or self-realization, it starts that I become introvert. We call it self-remembrance. Whatever we are doing, if we are able to remember myself, then I can reveal that truth. So when I say myself, who am I? So I feel that I am a physical body. Okay, we can start with it. Physical body. If we are aware of this physical body, the movements of this physical body, we find slowly and slowly that we are connected to that ultimate. So we will do this experiment. We are sitting here. Just be relaxed and make small movements of the body. Supposing I make this. So normally, supposing now you moved your body like this. Normally the case is that I am not aware of this movement that I made. Sometimes it happens that this body doesn't need to be moved, but out of my habit I move it. Okay, so now you have moved your neck like this in affirmation. So I must know that my neck became down, up, and so every movement of my body. It once happened that Buddha was going with his disciple. He was also his elder brother, Anand. So a mosquito or bee, something like that, it was sitting on his face. So Buddha just made this movement and mosquito was flown. So again Buddha stopped and he made that mosquito away, which was not there. He made this gesture. Then Anand asked, that mosquito is not there, why you are making this gesture to flow it out? So he said, first I had made it unconsciously, now I am trying to make it consciously. This is the very small, very simple, very easy technique and very effective. So try to make some body movements. You can make some exercise and be aware of this movement. Just anything. Not even a single centimeter, single inch of my body should move without my knowledge, without my awareness. Naturally, the speed of my movement will be slowed down. But whatever I do it consciously, I do it with awareness. I can change my posture. It is so simple and so effective. Normally we go on changing our posture, putting our hands here, then here, then here, then here, without any purpose. We sometimes make this. We don't require it, but out of unconscious, out of habit means unconscious. So I do it. If I am conscious of my body movements, then I will, just before doing like this or like this or like this, I will think why I am putting my hand here or here or here. So this small piece of awareness will make a big change in my life. It will transform my life. So do some body movements, any movement, but not with a jerk, not unconsciously, just consciously. Supposing I am changing my posture, so this hand, it is in my awareness. I can change my posture to this. I can be comfortable. Whatever I do, if I am turning my neck this side, I must be aware that it is going this side. If I am looking upwards, I must know that this movement is being done. So try to make some movements consciously. Anything you can do like this. Any movement we can do like this, but not unconsciously. Feeling the touch, feeling the movement, maybe with closed eyes, with open eyes. Within a minute, you can close your eyes and make these body movements. And suddenly you will feel separation from your body. We call it witnessing. You can clearly feel when your eyes are closed and you are making some body movements. You can clearly feel a gap, a distance between you and your body. It is so simple. You can feel that you are something different. Of course, you are not able to recognize who you are, but you can feel clearly a gap, a distance between you and your body. We call it Sakshi, witnessing consciousness. I am that formless consciousness which is watching the body movement. I am within and without the body, a formless being, an energy in the body which is causing this movement. One day I came into this body and the body moved within the womb of my mother. And one day I will be out of this body and this body will not be able to move. When I am out of body, then this body is helpless, it cannot move. that ultimate movement of my body out of my body when I am disconnected with it. Finally, we call it death. So that is me within this body. I am that energy, I am that subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, I call it. Due to which this body is able to move. So just these small aware activity with total awareness, it starts giving me glimpses of who am I really. It is so simple technique to reveal myself as formless being. And I can feel separation from my body. I can feel that I am that energy which is part of this cosmic energy which is pervading all over. The part of it within my body, I call it soul, spirit, Atma, whatever. So continue making these movements with closed eyes, and you will feel separation from your body. And when you are making these movements consciously, you know or you don't know, you are connected with the space, the void. Not only connected with this nothingness, consciousness, you are also identified with it. You can feel that you are it. It is the first glimpse of self-realization that I am not the physical body. I am that formless consciousness. Now you can lie down, but consciously, every moment you are making, it should not be with a jerk. No, not with jerk. Very slowly, consciously. Just very slowly start lying down. Lie down very slowly, consciously. Very slowly, very consciously, feeling all the body movements. No movement should be without your knowledge. We call it being master. I am now master of my body at least. In our culture, we call ourselves Swami. I prefix Swami with my name, Swami Premakash. Means I am now Swami, that is master of my body, master of my thoughts, master of my emotions. So please lie down. slowly and slowly with closed eyes. And with closed eyes, feel this consciousness. Feel this formlessness, this void, this darkness. Slowly and slowly feel its vastness. It is not that it is within the body, around the body, but it is all around you, unlimited, infinite. When you are able to feel it infinite, you are actually identified with it. You can feel that you are it. In Upanishad, the Rishi says, Tat Tvam Asi. You are also it. You are it. And once you realize it, you exclaim, Soham. I am that. I am that. This void, this consciousness, this formlessness. You are it. Remain in this position for whatever period of time you feel easy. This is self-realization, realizing that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the feelings. I am this void, this nothingness, this consciousness, this godliness. This is self-realization.